Oh boy, I've just seen that an Oddworld Soulstorm trailer has been released. I've not watched it yet. Oof, there's Molluck. Let's have a bloody look, shall we? Oddworld. Ooh, must be a stranger. Cool.
Not letting that ape guy get away from us again.
Ooh. Blimey.
Wait here.
Hey, why'd you hold up?
I could go for a sandwich right now.
We gotta get out of here. Come on, let's get out of here.
My tummy's growling. I'm hungry.
Well, that was pretty... Did they not have a release date? Again, seriously? How have they not had a release date yet? Is it still... Let's have a look. It still says 2020, so that's a good sign at least. It says Oddworld Soulstorm has a massive cinematic scale filled with breathtaking visuals. Yeah, I noticed that in the trailer. It reminded me of like the ending of Stranger's Wrath, you know, that big snowy sort of area. Where is it? There. You know, that sort of area at the end of Stranger's Wrath, whatever. The game's 2.9D environments transport action, platform into the next generation by giving players more freedom to explore Abe's world, which includes new environments such as Gorge, Sorrow Valley, and Fico Depot? I thought they renamed it Comet Depot. I'm guessing they've made a mistake there, but I could be wrong. That is weird. What's this new environment? So they must mean to put Comet Depot, but if accidentally put Fico Depot. It's brilliant. The power behind the PlayStation 5 system's technical achievements bring out Soulstorm's stunning graphic fidelity. PS5's mind-blowing 3D audio puts you in the middle of the action, as if you are right next to Abe helping him and his fellow Mudokons escape. The DualSense controller allows you to experience the palpitations of Abe's heart as he tries to save his followers in the face of overwhelming forces armed with superior firepower. As Abe struggles, the ingenious adaptive triggers offer resistance, making the struggle feel more real. Revolutions can come from the most unlikely of places or people. Our hero Abe was born a slave to big business, but ignorant of his plight. Happy to be one of millions of cogs in a giant machine that will literally eat them up, he knew of no better life. All that changes when he overhears what Rapture Farms has in store for him and his fellow Mudokons. It's pretty stupid of Molluck to hold that meeting right in the middle of the place where all his slaves are working, like, you know, hold it in some secret place or something. Abe is not the typical hero you'd expect. He doesn't carry weapons, his biceps are not bigger than his head, he is not trained in martial arts, he is no, but he has a freaking ability to possess things. Is that not like a pretty amazing skill? I mean, I'd rather have that ability than have martial arts personally, but that's just me. He is an ordinary Mudokon armed with hope and heart, and that might just be enough to make him the hero we need. In Soulstorm, he will face impossible odds against increasingly violent and manipulative powers, trying to squash him and the uprising before it can start. The stakes are higher, the threat is greater, and the obstacles are more devious. Every step you take brings more danger, every choice leads to more life and death decisions. Revolutions are unimaginably difficult. Farts and come here won't cut it not anymore. That is why we have introduced crafting and a scavenger's economy to Soulstorm. Abe must be more resourceful now, taking part in a scavenger's economy and crafting his own set of tools for the consumer products pushed on him and his compatriots by the runaway corporatist interests that exploit every aspect of this world. Abe must loot, pickpockets, and search through lockers, even going off the critical path to find tools and items that can be used to create supplies and weapons you and your followers might need. As you continue Abe's evolution from slave to revolutionary leader. Soulstorm reflects karma and the decisions you make. The actions you take have real-time consequences and accrue throughout the game in immediately noticeable and conscious ways. Abe's choices are now more important as his morality directly influences how strong his spiritual powers can become. Will his peers follow him? It's almost time to find out. It's almost time to find out. I was thinking earlier actually, they've got literally a quarter of a year to release this game now. All of our games, including Soulstorm, are fun, story-driven adventures, but possess underlying philosophical dilemmas that are relevant to our complicated world, its societal pressures, and the struggles we endure in our efforts to survive our human condition. And like all our games, our challenging philosophies are presented with a little humour and a lot of hope that if someone like Abe can spark change, so can you. That's you people listening to this and watching at home. We look forward to sharing our release date with you very, very soon. It was about freaking time, I tell ya. It was 2 years ago. Lorne Lanning called it soon to be released Soulstorm. But yeah, so that's a bit more information about Oddworld Soulstorm. Trailer looks pretty good. I mean, it's fascinating to see Molluck though. Good to see Molluck. Interesting that he's sort of shown to be a bad guy. Like, I know he's obviously a bad guy. There is some like doubt as to whether he'd still be like a bad guy. What I mean is like would he like be that's a good pose, isn't it? Would he be like a enemy of Abe still? And it appears the answer is yes, because he says we're not gonna let that Abe die. Thing, I swear he says like more words in this trailer than he does in the entire of Abe's Odysseys. Weird to hear Molluck speak. I didn't know what his voice sounded like. Kind of joking, kind of not joking. So this trailer is called Oddworld Soulstorm New Trailer Bigger, Badder, Bolder, which it certainly seems like that. This Sligger's got a nice hat. I'm trying to read what it says, but I don't know.
Hey, guy, get away from us.
Oh, it says Rupture. That's interesting. His hat says Rupture. Okay. No matter how you pause Molluck, he just pulls such the most beautiful faces. So yeah, that's interesting. What I will say, this is the first time we've seen a Glukkon actually in the game, in the actual game itself, not just those promotional images at least. It sort of has that Pixar feel to me. I don't know if that's just me, but you know, I'm not really a fan of that. It looks pretty CGI. Of course it is CGI, but like the original games, they didn't look CGI, if that made sense. Molluck looked real, Abe looked real, whereas Soulstorm just has that CGI feel to me, and it's a bit disappointing, but whatever. But yeah, that's interesting. So what, did Molluck start a train company? It's called Rupture? Who knows? So yeah, Molluck, I thought that Molluck might be like a victim of the other Glukkons. I thought, you know, maybe Queen Margaret was like really pissed off at him or whatever because of the trial and stuff like that. But he seems fine here. It just seems like, oh, we're gonna... Yeah, he seems pretty annoyed. Interesting that his eyes glow as well. I didn't think the Glukkons had glowing eyes anymore, but here he is. But yeah, it looks quite different from the promotional image that they released ages ago, like freaking, what, 4 years ago, 3 years ago? He just looks more cartoony, in my opinion, and more CGI, and I don't know, it's just disappointing. I sort of liked how the Glukkons looked in the promotional images, but here, because they sort of looked realistic, I sort of saw what they were going with, but here it just kind of reverts to the cartoony thing that everything in Soulstorm seems to have, and I'm a bit disappointed about that, but whatever. It's weird because that gold medallion there looks really realistic. But yeah. Look at all these Mudokons. Was that a bird portal? Oh, look at that bird pool. Yeah, but that's just an initial reaction of it, basically. Just wanted to take a look, see what it's like. It's literally just been released now, I think. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. How about that? Soulstorm's new PS5 trailer is bigger, badder, and bolder. And I look forward to when they finally, apparently very, very soon, release the release date of Oddworld Soulstorm.
Hello. Follow me.